with respect to the Most Venerable Mahasangha, dear Dhamma friends and dear devotees. Today also, as usual, we are going to deliver a Dhamma talk to you all, discussing some sort of facts related to the Buddhist doctrine. So, as you know, now this Dhamma talk we are delivering here is related to the book reviewing written by the Most Venerable Rerukane Chandavimala Mahathero. This Dhamma sermon today, as usual, I am going to discuss with you with the help of the book named The Explanation of the Factors of Enlightenment, written by the elite author Rerukane Chandavimala Mahathero. Dear devotees, now this is not just to watch. Now, in this book, it is a compilation of suttas and the discourses of Lord Buddha, where we can find the very informative facts, informations related to the path for the enlightenment. So that's why it is named as the factors of enlightenment. You know, if you have watched the previous episodes, if I give you a briefing or a recap, now if you are a seeker, there is no place, a safe place in this entire world that you can find an eternal happiness. So, the happiness is there, we can find beyond 5 aggregates. Dear devotees, the Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, so these are the aggregates. If you are a seeker of eternal happiness within these 5 aggregates, you are not going to find it. So, if you are a seeker of an eternal happiness, that happiness is available in Nibbana. So, supreme bliss of Nibbana means that is the enlightenment. If you can obtain the enlightenment, so that means you are reaching the inner peace, so called the eternal happiness. So, this profound book, or very informative book, written by Rerukane Chandavimala Mahathero, as I told you earlier, that's a compilation of several discourses. So, directly they are targeting the Nibbana. So, if you have ever come across some sort of suffering or uneasiness, pain, grief, sorrow, lamentation, so you might have a thought that when I'm gonna eliminate, when I'm gonna get rid from all these sufferings, sorrow, lamentations and all. So, dear friends, now this is the way, this is the path. Ekayano ayam bhikkave maggo, sattanam visuddhya. Now this is the only path for the purification of the beings. Now this is to overcome the sorrow and lamentations, pain and grief. So we welcome you, be with us and listen to this Dhamma talk. And now this is not just to listen, dear devotees, you have to execute this information in your very life. Within this lifespan, you are competent to gain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. So it is over to you, it is up to you, that if you are a person who have got fed up with these unexpected sufferings, unexpected pains and griefs, unforeseeable events. Now, this is the time you can practice this particular path, so-called the noble path, eliminate all your defilements, and you can find inner peace within you. So, dear devotees, now this book, as I told you earlier, this is a well-written book by Rerukane Mahathero. It is a thought-provoking, very informative book. So, in last couple of episodes, we have discussed with you the introduction and the preface, what are the informations given in this particular book. Now today, our topic is the Anapanasati meditation, so-called breathing meditation. So before start the discussion of breathing meditation, I would like to give you, I would like to brief now what is given in this precise book. Actually, those are the 37 enlightenment factors. Now, these 37 enlightenment factors are categorized into 7 topics, under 7 topics, namely the 4 establishments of mindfulness, the 4 right efforts, the 4 roads to power, the 5 spiritual faculties, the 5 spiritual powers, the 7 factors of enlightenment, and the Noble Eightfold Path. So, under these 7 topics, we have started the discussion of the 4 establishment of mindfulness, in Pali language that is named as Chattaro Satipatthana. So, in last episode, we told you, we discussed with you, what is this Satipatthana? Sati means the attention, also called the mindfulness. Patthana means the establishment. So, in this Chattaro Satipatthana or Satipatthana, the topic, there are 4 establishments of mindfulness. Again, if I give you what are those 4, the establishment of mindfulness of body as body, the establishment of mindfulness of feelings as feelings, the establishment of mindfulness of mind as mind, the establishment of mindfulness of mental objects as mental objects. So this is given as, in order, Kaya-anupassana, Vedana-anupassana, Chitta-anupassana, and Dhamma-anupassana. So, dear Dhamma friends, under that, now we have started the discussion of Kaya-anupassana, the establishment of mindfulness of body as body. Now, in Kaya-anupassana, actually, it is very precisely described in Mahasatipatthana Sutta discourse. We can find that thing in the long discourses in Pali canon. Now, in this long discourse, also called the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, it is given the establishment of mindfulness of body as body, so called the Kaya-anupassana. In that, 14 kamatahan or 14 different meditation practices are discussed or described in that sutta or discourse. So, now in this book, as I told you, this is a compilation of certain suttas, and Rerukane Chandavimala Mahathero has collected several suttas in different discourses. Now you know, if you are aware of the Tripitaka or the Pali scripture, you know there are 5 Nikayas, so-called the Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Sangyukta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, and Khuddaka Nikaya. So within these, altogether these 5 are named as the Sutta Pitaka. So in these suttas, so-called the discourses, this Renukane Chandavimala Mahatero, with that profound knowledge or sound knowledge related to this Pali Tripitaka, he was able to compile very factful suttas in one particular book. In this volume, you can find details related to this 4 establishment of mindfulness. So, today, out of those 14 meditation practices, we are going to discuss about the breathing meditation, which is well known worldwide, not only in Theravadic tradition, but also all the other Buddhist schools, and as well as in other religions, especially Hinduism, Jainism, and all other religions also, we can find the same practice. But the specialty here in breathing meditation, when you come to the Theravadic tradition, not only tranquility meditation, but at the end of the tranquility meditation, you can convert that into the Vipassana meditation as well. So in other traditions, except the Theravadic tradition, we can find this breathing meditation practice, or so-called Anapanasati meditation, as a serenity or tranquility meditation. But in our doctrine, it is found as Samatha and Vipassana both. So, now, under the establishment of mindfulness of body as body, now our object is the breathing. Now this Anapanasati meditation, Renukane Mahatero has described like this. Ana is the name for in-breath. Apana is out-breath. With the combination of these two terms, it is called Anapana. So now, dear Dhamma friends, it is the way now this particular term has derived. Anapanasati. Ana means the inhalation and apana means the exhalation. All together it is Anapana. So sati means the mindfulness. The mindfulness focused on in-breath and out-breath is the mindfulness of breathing, so-called Anapanasati. So, now, how to begin this Anapanasati? Now, before I tell you the practice, the proper practice, proper way of practicing this Anapanasati, now another highly valued information given in this book. Now listen, all supremely enlightened ones attain the Buddhahood based on mindfulness of breathing. Both the number of silent Buddhas, Pacceka Buddhas, and the Arahants who attain enlightenment by practicing mindfulness of breathing are incalculable. So, dear friends, dear devotees, now this is not a very simple thing. Why? Sometimes, especially, or maybe a person who has not read, a person who has no knowledge regarding the Anapanasati meditation might think how we can attain the enlightenment, how we can get the Nibbana by contemplating on breathing. Because now you know, in this present world, dear devotees, where we live in, now all the things we purchase. So most of the things, the highly valuable things, they have given a price. But now Lord Buddha's doctrine, now you don't have to spend a penny, even a penny. Why? Freely available in you, the breathing. So each and every being, humans as well as the animals, all they are breathing. So that is freely available. Easily you can use that meditation object for your practice. So that is the importance of these practices. Now you don't have to expend, you don't have to waste your money or whatever you have collected. Only thing you have to dedicate is the time. That means you have to engage, you have to execute in these practices so that you can get the supreme bliss of Nibbana. So, now Lord Buddha, that is we consider the Buddhahood is the ultimate, the state that where a person, a human being can achieve. Because now Buddhahood can be achieved only by a human, not by a god, not by a Brahmas, or not by any other kind of being, but a human being. So, now how to develop one's mind into the Buddhahood, that process, now that path lies along with this Anapanasati meditation. All the Buddhas now they have attained the enlightenment by developing this Anapanasati meditation. So this is very important, dear Dhamma friends, dear devotees. Now this is not a thing just to listen, but to practice. So now I have recited a gatha at the beginning. Ayampiko bhikkhave Anapana sati samadhi bhavito bahulikato santocheva panitocha asevana kocha sukocha viharo uppannuppannecha papake akusale dhamme thanaso antaradapeti vupasameti. Now the meaning is, this concentration by mindfulness of breathing, when developed and cultivated, is peaceful and sublime and ambrosial, pleasant dwelling. And it disperses and quells right on the spot evil, unwholesome states whenever they arise. Now, dear devotees, think like this way. Now, who bothers you? Now, what disturbs you? What distracts you? That's your own defilements. Now, whenever our minds are defiled with evil thoughts, you can't or we can't carry out the particular task in a good manner, the particular task well. Why? Because our minds are cluttered with these kind of unwholesome thoughts and unwholesome emotions. If you are in search of, or if you are a seeker of a practice to overcome or to get rid from these unwanted emotions and unwanted defilements, so-called the unwholesome things, so this is the way. If you can practice this breathing meditation, you can easily overcome these unwholesomeness or unwholesome defilements from your mind. So, how to practice the breathing meditation? In Mahasatipatthana Sutta, it is given, Ida bhikkave bhikkhu aranya gatova rukkha moola gatova sunyagara gatova nisidati pallankang abhujitva ujung kayam panidaya parimukang sating upattapitva so satova assasati sato passasati. Now, in this stanza, in this verse, Lord Buddha has given what are the requirements for breathing meditation practice. Now, the thing is, now you have to find some sort of silent environment. Maybe that your household environment, or maybe a meditation center, or some sort of suitable place you have to find. Why? Because now, dear Dhamma friends, now within these environments, now in our surroundings, there are a lot of noises. So it is given in this book like this. The person who has to practice the breathing meditation, he has to find a suitable place. The suitable place for meditation is the place where there is silence, fresh air and no mosquitoes. Now, noise is a disturbance for concentration. Therefore, the noisy places are not conducive to meditation. A place totally free from noise cannot be found anywhere in the world today. Therefore, the place where there is less noise should be considered as the suitable place for concentration. So, dear devotees, first you have to find a suitable environment. If you can't find a very silent area or silent place, it is better to find a place with less noise. Otherwise, when you are developing this breathing practice, it might disturb you. So these noises, with all the noises, you might easily get distracted. So avoiding that one, the Mahathero tells you to find a less noisy place, or it is better if you can find a place without any noise, a silent place. And the other thing the Mahathero tells you, according to the Buddhist doctrine, you have to find a place with fresh air. Why? Because, whenever you practice the breathing meditation, now this sensitivity gonna increase. So, it is given like this. Polluted air means air with a disgusting odor. When practicing mindfulness of breathing, unlike at other times, even a slight smell is sensed. That is why one has to find a proper place which is free from polluted air, because that itself is a disturbance for one's concentration. Dear devotees, as we read through this book, now we can get the idea that this is not just the Rerukane Mahathero written. Actually, to write like this, Mahathero should have some sort of practice. Now, we can assure that now Rerukane Mahathero, this renowned monk, definitely should have practiced the breathing meditation. That's why these factful information is given to us. So, now, dear Dhamma friends, again, if I go back to the book, in such places there is no such smell. One's body and belongings should also be kept clean. As we carry out the breathing meditation practice, now we always focus on the breathing, in breath and out breath. So, now if that odor is there, or the disgusting odor is experiencing by the practitioner, then it's gonna be a disturbance. So, same manner, if that particular person or particular person's body odor is felt, that is also gonna be some sort of disturbance. So that's why Rerukane Mahathero instructs us that we have to clean our bodies as well before be seated in the meditation cushion. So it is better if you can be seated on the floor. Otherwise, now if it is going to be comfortable, if you can find a meditation cushion. In ancient times, the theros or monks, they have used the leather hides. So nowadays it is better. Now we can't find these hides. So in that case, now you can easily find a meditation cushion or yoga mattress to carry out your meditation, breathing meditation practice. So the posture should be like this. Always you have to keep upper body upright. You should have to maintain erect upper body. That is to facilitate the breathing mechanism properly. You know, this breathing cycle, when your body is bended, you cannot cannot experience the proper breathing. So, and how to keep your legs? Now you can have the lotus posture. So if it is too difficult, if you might have sometimes, if you are having some sort of knee issues or knee pains, then you can have the half lotus posture. Actually, dear Dhamma friends, you have to maintain very comfortable posture. Otherwise, now after certain while, after a couple of minutes later, there are going to be aches and pains in your lower body. Then it's going to be a disturbance to your practice. It is you to decide. You have to maintain proper posture, but upper body should be kept upright. Then, with this posture and with these arrangements, now you can start the breathing meditation. How to begin? Initially, you should know where to keep your mind. So that is the location. Throughout the meditation practices, you have to keep your mind. You know, in last episode, I told you that this is just like a taming a wild bull. So initially, definitely your mind gonna be go away, go here and there. So it is a so-called monkey mind. So you have to tame it. It's okay. It's okay to distracted in initial stage, but gradually with the development you can tame your mind so that it may stay on the exact point where you are breathing air contact. So where you are breathing air contacts, that is the nostrils. You know, in some people or in some devotees, when you breathe in and out, now you know the nostril, nose tip. At the nose tip, now this breathing air rubs. So that is the exact point, that is the exact location you have to keep your mind. Now you can get that sensation. If you don't know, if you are a beginner, if you have never practiced the breathing meditation earlier, so that you can take 2-3 breaths forcefully, or you can take deep breaths 2-3 times, and you can find the point where this breathing air rubs. You know, in some people or in some devotees, now they have some sort of bended nose tips. So in that case, they can easily find out the location where this breathing air contacts. Now it is given first, this touching point of the current of breath should be investigated and understood by inhaling and exhaling deeply by every practitioner. Those who have not practiced mindfulness of breathing, touching point can be understood only by breathing in and breathing out deeply. Once you understand the touching point by breathing in and breathing out deeply, even the shallow breath could be understood. So, actually, dear devotees, now in meditation practice, you should not carry out, throughout the meditation practice, you should not carry out the forceful breathing. We have to pay our attention on the very point where this breathing air rubs or contacts during the normal breath. But now initially, if you can't find that exact point or the location, you can take 2-3 breaths forcefully. Then once you identified the exact location, then you can carry out the normal breathing practice. You know, in some people, that breathing point, the point where breathing air rubs or touch, that is the nostril or the tip of the nose. Or in some people or some persons, in some practitioners, we can find the breathing air rubs in their upper lip. So now this is not to find out how we carry out the breathing. But now, dear devotees, we have to find out a exact point, some sort of point where we have to keep our attention on. So that is why initially you have to carry out some sort of, you have to take few deep breaths, and then you can find out the very point where your breathing air contacts. So the purpose of meditation is not finding the true way of inhaling and exhaling of breath, but unification of mind. So ultimate purpose is to unify or unification of our mind. So you can get this concentration, that is to get the samadhi. So now forget about the biology, forget about the mechanism, forget about this breathing, cycle. Just pay your attention on where this breathing air contacts. Now that is what we have to carry out. So the air never goes equally through both nostrils constantly. One of them is always blocked while the other is functioning. You see, as I told you earlier, now this is some sort of practical manual. Now this is a guidebook that you can find, and each and every information that is very important when you are to carry out this breathing meditation practice. So dear devotees, see, now Rerukane Thero has given in this, most of the times now one of our nostril is blocked. Now you might have not experienced that so far. In normal day-to-day times, we don't think about breathing because now that is some sort of involuntary action, isn't it? So most of the times one nostril is blocked. So it is okay. Don't bother with that. If your both nostrils are working, that is even better. So it is just a bodily function that we are taking that thing as a meditation object, despite or in spite of the blockage of one nostril, then it's okay that you can carry out your breathing. But now if your both nostrils are blocked, or you might have caught with common cold or something, then definitely you have to get some sort of medications. So then easily you can carry out the breathing meditation. Right. Now once you have found the suitable place without noises, with no noises and no odors or smells, and once you have get into the proper posture, now you can start your breathing meditation. Now you have identified now what is the exact point where we gonna pay our attention, where we gonna keep our mind. So when you are skilled enough to catch the natural breath, you would be able to meditate confidently. Now if you are going to take deep breath constantly in order to understand the touching point, no sooner you will be exhausted and become fed up of your meditation. Therefore, before coming to the real meditation, one has to train oneself to understand the natural breath. So initially you have to carry out the deep breathing, forceful breathing. Then after a couple of minutes later, that you can let the normal breathing to happen. So then meanwhile breathing normally, you can carry out the breathing meditation. So dear Dhamma friends, now once you have started this kind of meditation, as I told you earlier as well, now there are going to be distractions. So whenever your mind wanders in certain thoughts, certain emotions, it's normal. As a beginner, this happens to each and everyone. So then mindfully you have to draw back, you have to bring back your attention onto the nostril or the upper lip where you are breathing air, get the contacts. So, but the most important thing is don't give up. You know, whenever some practitioners start the breathing meditation, after a couple of minutes later, they will realize, now this is very, very difficult. I can't keep my own mind on the exact location, on the breathing object. So, but now this is normal. Don't take it seriously. Now this happens to all of us, all the practitioners at the beginning, but with the time you can develop, you can get some sort of shallow concentration. Once you get that sort of shallow or brief concentration, then it's gonna be quite a reward to you. So once you get some sort of shallow concentration, then you have the rapture. You will get the willingness to meditate more and more. So with that willingness, with that yearning, you can carry out the breathing practice more and more. So then, don't give up. Don't go away from your meditation cushion. This is normal to each and everyone who practices the breathing meditation initially. Now distractions will happen, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna carry out this breathing meditation properly. So likewise, now make a determination and carry out the breathing practice. So then when you carry out such kind of breathing practice, when you practice like this manner, then you can reach to some sort of samadhi and so-called jhanic level. Now actually in this breathing meditation you can obtain the first, second, third as well as the fourth jhana. So this is a very profound, well known meditation practice where you can find the jhana or so-called the dhyana levels. So in next episode, in next Dhamma talk, we are going to discuss with you how to attain the jhanic level, how to get the counter sign, so-called the Patibhaga Nimitta, then how we can develop this breathing meditation practice to jhanic level. So once you get that much of tranquility, concentration, then along with the development of the concentration, so-called the samadhi, you will get some sort of serene mind, because most of your defilements will suppress. They will be eliminated. So all the unwholesomeness will be eradicated from your mind, and your mind will be very wholesome, and you may find the inner peace and rapture and happiness in you. So now let's wind up today's episode. So today we discuss with you how to carry out the breathing meditation. Now this breathing meditation is one meditation practice under the Kayanupassana in this profound book, well-written book, the factors of the explanation of the factors of enlightenment, in which Rerukane Chandavimala Mahatero has precisely described how to carry out the breathing meditation. So dear Dhamma friends, so in next episode we are going to discuss with you how to develop the breathing meditation practice up to jhanic level. So we bless you all. May you all find the eternal happiness and get the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Lastly, we would like to transfer the merits that we have earned today by delivering this Dhamma talk. For this meritorious deed, the contributions are made by Mr. Saman Kumara of Gampaha, his wife Champika, daughter Harshani, and all other family members and involved friends. Now may the ailing wife, Mrs. Champika, be blessed with a full recovery and good health. With the power of the merits that we have collected today, may all members of the family to be granted freedom from illness and robust health. And with the power of Triple Gem, may continuous progress and protection be bestowed upon everyone. May the Mother W.M. Somavati and Mother Jayavati, who are currently in an ailing condition, also be blessed with complete health and recovery. May Mr. Dinesh Saparamadu and all members of his family be granted good health and unceasing prosperity. Also, may the Senate Group of Company of Colombo 7, Apigo Company and Aplova Company, these all companies continuously prosper and flourish. Further, may the immense merit collected be transferred upon all the departed relatives, including the late A.L. Somapala, the father, A.L. Vasanta Kumara, brother, K.D.G. Saparamadu, the father, and mother, Aryavati Saparamadu. May they all attain the everlasting happiness, Nibbana. May you all be well and happy. May the blessings of the Holy Triple Gem be with you all. Thiruvan Saranai. Akasatta Chibummatta Devanaga Mahiddika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiran Rakkantu Sasanang Chiran Rakkantu Desanang Chiran Rakkantu Mamparanti Abhivadana Silissa Nichang Vadda Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vaddanti Ayu Anno Sukambalang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Minate Samicchatu.